Marcy joins us up next in Jackson, Mississippi. Marcy, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. It's so cool to get to talk to y'all.
We are honored to talk to you. How can we help today?
I got a weird question. I'm going to give you a little bit of background. Otherwise, it's going to sound kind of crazy.
Marcy, this is what we do for a living.
John only has weird answers.
Just bring it.
All right. Well, my husband was delivered from 20 years of drug addiction and has been clean for 3 years.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yes. God's restored our broken family, but our finances are still pretty broken. During his active addiction, he would take unnecessary ER visits. He would take out payday loans. It just messed us up. So now we're ready to clean up the mess together. We don't know what he owes because no one's actively collecting, and he had hidden the bills and destroyed a lot. So I have no idea. I have an idea, and the number scares me because when I checked it a few years ago, it was, we're heading up toward $200,000.
So can I
how
ask
do you find out what you owe when you don't know what you owe?
why didn't y'all deal with it then?
He was still in active addiction.
Okay.
He was still hemorrhaging money out of our family. We separated soon after that, and I went into survival mode.
Good deal. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Where are you guys at today as it stands financially?
I am working. He turned in very last paper for his seminary degree today. He will be looking for a teaching job ASAP.
At a seminary?
I went full time. Well, he wants to do college. He wants to go for his PhD, but he wants to be teaching too. He agrees that he needs to be contributing to the finances.
Okay.
Yes, I agree too. We all agree on that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very difficult to find just a college teaching job right out of the gate. So he's going to need to have another plan. And I'm coming from the college world, okay? Hired a number of people through that system. It's going to be a tough sled. It's going to be tough sledding ahead. So he might want to find a high school teaching job. He might want to find another job that he can do in the meantime while he's sending out resumes. Like school starts next week or in 2 weeks across the country, and so faculty hiring is on a cycle, and he's probably looking at next year before he would land even a part-time gig.
Yeah. He also builds computers, so he's looking at stuff like that. He's helped looking for jobs building web pages and just kind of checking out adjunct positions for January.
Good deal. That's wise right there. There you go.
So what is the current debt that you know of that you guys have as a household?
As a household, I know for sure that together we owe about $65,000, probably more like $85,000 in student loans with his stuff. And then mine and the kids' medical is going to run probably under $1,000. As far as what I know for sure, when I added up all of his bills back in 2017, it was hard to figure it out because some of the bills would come in and they would be like adding on to a previous bill. So I tried to weed all that out, but when I finished adding it all up, plus the student loans on his side, it was around $150. I know it's higher than that now.
Okay.
Do you still have any of those bills?
I don't. When we separated, I packed it all up in a box and I handed it to him, and I said, I don't care what you do with it.
But you know where those bills came from, right?
You
know, hey, it was from this hospital, it was from this lender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know which hospitals. I don't know.
They will have sold it by now. They'll have sold it to some debt collector at some point.
Yeah.
So I would start there of what you know and go to all those lenders, go to the hospital and say, hey, I want to make sure that our accounts are clean. Can you look up our name? Let us know, bring any documentation because you guys have nothing. And so what you need right now is to try to find all the documentation you can find from all of these places to get a real picture of what this adds up to. Because some of it may have disappeared into the ether.
They may have written it off. I'd go pull a credit report on all three credit reporting agencies too. And they're going to tell you what outstanding debts you have, what other companies are claiming you owe them.
And you can pull those for free. I believe it was once a year. They may have increased that to where you can pull it anytime with COVID stuff, but you can definitely pull those for free. I would do that on both of you to get a real picture of what is out there as far as documentation.
Okay.
That would be my first plan. You also have the pile of debt you know about. So either way, we're attacking a bunch of debt. We're going to try to stockpile as much money as we can, which is going to help if he starts working soon.
And I'm happy to talk to him, whether he wants to call this show or call my show, or you can talk to him you can talk to him via me and George here. But this is not the season to wait for the dream job. He needs to get his butt to get to work. Okay, he's run the family into a significant financial hole, and I'm proud of the growth he's done. I'm proud of the healing he's done. He needs to get his butt to work. He needs to start making a lot of money, right?
What is your current household income?
I went full time this year. I was homeschooling my kids, but right now I'm still homeschooling, but just not doing it very well. I'm gonna make about $100,000 this year, and that's a significant increase.
Well, that's great news. I was hoping you had a big shovel because you got a big mess to clean up.
It is.
What does childcare look like?
Well, he's been childcare, so because I'm a nurse, so I can work odd hours. So we're still going to tag team and just be home with the kids because we don't live close to any town.
Okay.
So it's hard to get childcare.
Can you work any double shifts, overtime, anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think your income right now, with the way you can ramp it up, is going to be more helpful than anything he could bring in for the short term.
Right.
Hey, Marcy, can I poke on something for a second?
Sure.
You're still carrying this family right now.
Yeah.
That's getting real heavy, isn't it?
It's been heavy for so long, I just don't even know what to do with it. I mean, it just is.
It is. You're right, and you've done what you had to do. But when he said, "Can I come back?" and you said yes, and it's going to be different, and this is what I need, and he said, "I'm all in," you haven't held him to that standard. Is that fair?
That's fair.
You've given him a lot of grace to heal, which is great. Now it's time for him to take a significant chunk of the burden you've been carrying for a long time. Cool?
Yeah. Yes, cool.
Okay. Conflict deferred is conflict amplified. Okay? Stop being a peacekeeper now. Now that he's out of school, he's going to get his butt into work and he's going to get a job. He's going to be a contributor to this family, which, by the way, is going to significantly aid in his healing down the road. But it's time to stop talking. It's time to stop high-fiving. It's time to get to work. Got a big mess to clean up.